Now we're live.
Now we're live.
Okay.
Yes, nice. One minute delay only. Welcome everybody. Our fourth AMA today. I want to take a couple of minutes before we start because give everybody some time to join. With us today, as usual, I think on my right side, but I'm not really sure. Matt from marketing, Alex from product, and Simon, our CEO, of course. Hello, guys. So Matt, I think we can start. We waited at least 1 minute, and
We
I'm a
can
little bit
give it
impatient
one more
always.
minute.
Yeah. You know how I am. Always a little bit impatient.
Martin is very eager.
Always.
Give
Yeah,
it 1 minute. Let's let everyone come in. We've been live for 45 seconds. We can wait to a minute and a half.
we had so many questions this AMA, so that's why I thought.
Yeah, we actually have had a lot of questions. So thanks to everyone who dropped into Discord and left your questions. We've definitely had quite a few here to look at. We'll do our best to answer as many of these as we can.
Yes. Yeah, we will. Okay. Now we'll give it 1 more minute then, Matt, and then I can finally start. Okay.
Just a comment coming in from the chat already. Nice haircut, Simon. People are noticing Simon. A fresh trim. This is especially for all you guys, so you know.
For the AMA. Okay, great. Sorry, Matt, but I'm not going to wait any longer. I think we should. We can just start it now. If you're okay with it.
You have a lot of questions, so
You're in charge. You lead the way.
Thank you. So again, welcome everybody to our fourth AMA. Let's just start with the questions immediately. Alex, I have one for you right away. This one is from Coiled Spring. Is there any plans in the future to possibly upgrade the search engine in the shopping app to search for specific items?
Definitely. That's a really good feature. And it's a really normal feature. If you think about how people shop online, like they're using Google, you don't type in like Nike.com or Adidas. It's much better for discovery to type through like, Converse shoes 9.5. So that is something we will be working on, and it will help a lot of our users find what they're looking for much faster. It is a big project if you think about search engines and having to find all these products online across all these different domains. It is a big project, but it's something that we are going to be building.
Awesome. Great answer. I have another one for you. This one is from, or it is Nighthawk or NLTE Hawk. What efforts are going into improving the app? It seems like the overall look and layout have been the same for a while now.
So we are changing the shopping UI right now. So we're done with the designs. We're pretty much done with engineering, and we're going to be launching a new version by next week at the latest. That'll include on the shop tab, there's going to be different designs for each of the sections, and we'll have a new section that the sales team is actually going to control. It's called Weekly Downpour. And what that is it's the sales team going out to all of our different partners, working with them to get custom deals and higher cash back for a limited time. So it'll be, brand new deals that'll rotate every week. And so that's one of the most exciting features where awesome. the sales team is going to be running.
Hey, and when did you say it was going out?
By next week at the latest.
Next week at the latest. So that's really soon. Yeah. I have one for you, Simon, from Complex. How many employees does StormX have at the moment, and in which departments? For example, how many marketing people and how many product development, etc., is there?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I think we're hiring very quickly right now. We've been around 27, I think, the last time I checked, and we're onboarding a few more people from what I recall from the employment contracts going out, but it's been kind of crazy. So far, I mean, our philosophy has been, just to keep the team small and efficient. I mean, if you look at sort of how much we accomplished with the smaller team, it's been pretty awesome. At one point, we did have a larger team too, and and this happens a lot. Typically, like Asian cultures as well too, and it's like people try to brag about, like our company is 500 employees or 2,000 employees, and that's why we're awesome. But it's not really the metric in terms of how many people you have. It's about how much output that you can give. And so for us, we really try to build a good core team, which I think we have. And then now we're trying to expand on some of the other key critical pieces on top of that. So we've accomplished this much with a team of 25 up till now, and now we're trying to double that within the next few months. And so that will be pretty exciting. But if you look at even like FTX, they created $1 billion company with 20 people too. So, or WhatsApp or Instagram, it's the same situation. So that's one of the things I really like about technology companies is you can be efficient. And I personally rant about this a lot, but I've worked for 3 banks in the past, and just the infrastructure and sort of like how internally things operate on the inside, it's extremely frustrating because it's slow. People aren't really trained to think outside the box. They're just trained to do their normal job. In our role in our company so far, I mean, we treat all our team members very well, but it is a very high pressure environment. There's a lot to deliver, and it's a very competitive nature. And trying to find sort of both the people that like both aspects of lots of challenge and at the same time of working hard. It is a hard balance to find, especially in a remote work environment as well too. So I would say you guys all like working with the company, right?
I do. Yeah, I
am. I mean, put under pressure here. Now, of course, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah. I think this question is somewhat the same, Matt. So this one is for you from Platinum Stormer. Don't you guys need more team members to get things done faster on the marketing side, Matt?
Hey, more people always does speed things up. But as Simon said, we've accomplished so much with a smaller team at the moment, and we are rapidly growing. But actually, funny enough, speaking of marketing, yeah, we're just in the process of onboarding 2 new members to the team. So they'll be joining our ranks within the next month or so, which will definitely help us roll out some of the initiatives we've got coming for the following quarter.
Cool. Awesome. So some new team members on the marketing side.
Yeah, some great people.
Nice.
I'm sure they'll get to know the community as well.
Yeah, nice. Alex, one for you. From UT Snake Eyes. Any plans to continue expanding the gamified or task-based section to earn STMX? Possibly partner with survey or poll companies to do various tasks and earn crypto?
Great question. We don't have any plans in the short term to expand there, but we are always talking to new partners, trying to find quality deals versus just a lot of different ones. But yeah, if we make any changes there, we'll be sure to update everyone.
Cool. Next one, Simon. I think, yeah, one for Simon. The tiers seem pretty high. Any chance of lowering them? That's a question from Hades.
Yeah, and it's a great question. And I think Alex will jump into this a little bit more. As we start launching governance, that's when we'll start having votes like this to determine from the community what we think is the right appropriate amount for that, because there's pros and cons for both, right? So currently, the way that sort of the app is designed is the baseline product is available for anyone. Like anyone can use, like have fun, earn some cash back, and it's a great way to earn some crypto. But for StormX reward members and the tiers, it is meant to be exclusive. Like that's how sort of the program is designed. And with that exclusivity, we're just constantly adding more benefits. So far, we've added all these stores. We've added, Expedia recently, Uber, which is coming back, and like Nike, Adidas. Like you can name all the different stores. Or even in Asia, we have a lot of great stores. We added Shopee again recently in Philippines, and just as time comes, and as the company grows, we're just going to have more offers. But also on the debit card front too, you'll have offers there. And then continuing, we're working with other companies as well too to offer exclusive benefits to cardholders that are reward members, and that's what also makes us unique. And I always, constantly push this over and over again, but 99% of cryptocurrencies don't do anything right now, and we're really trying to be that 1% that actually drives our cryptocurrency with usage, not through speculation. So there's a lot of people that always complain, like when Moon, all the meme coins are doing this or that, but I mean, if that's the type of questions that you're asking, I don't think our community is sort of the right place to be in, because I think our results will show from people actually just using the product, using the token, and in the long term, that'll play out better than short-term speculators trying to control the price, etc. So
cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Want
and
to
then
add something? Yeah, you want to add something, of course.
yeah, our engineers are on this watching this call too, and they're like, part of the new UI is live already. So
Oh.
part of the new shop tab UI is live already, but the section for the weekly downpour isn't live yet, and we'll be working on that next week. So please update your app. And also to add on to Simon for benefits, we want to hear what everyone wants for benefits. We're most active in Discord, and it's really helpful when people talk about that. We do our own research to figure out what makes the most sense for the audience that we're targeting, but it's so much easier when you have your community telling you like this benefit is most important by far, and like figure out a way to add it. So we really do listen to what everyone says.
Cool. I heard you talking about Uber, Simon. I have two questions, one from Season Vocal Cord Exchange, SVCE, and Dota Player. What happened with Uber, and when are we going to fix this problem?
I mean, I can take that one if you want.
Yes. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, at that point, you guys were super eager to jump on and start taking Ubers and getting your crypto cash back in the process, and we really appreciate that. And in fact, due to that process, we managed to notice that there are a few things we could have done better with the process. So we worked with Uber to make sure that we could streamline this, and actually, that should be being released next week. The part of this new UI update actually introduces a fix we needed to resolve that. So you can look forward to Uber probably being back, I would like to say, by next week, but I'll let Alex confirm that for sure. No pressure,
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah, no, confirmed. Yeah, and sorry that we had to pull it. I don't want to throw Uber under the bus, so I won't. But it's going to be back. It'll be working.
Nice. I think a lot of people will be happy about that. Matt, another one for you. Are there any plans on expanding sponsorship advertising into the main soccer league around the globe? Global product from Chief Freedom, this one is.
Yeah, cool. First thing on that, definitely call it football. But yeah, we've looked into a lot of global options for sporting sponsorships and advertising, and continue to look into them. I can't mention any names of people we're talking to or looking into, obviously, at this point. But yeah, global sports, especially ones like football, are definitely of interest to ourselves.
Cool. Awesome. This one's for you, Simon, from Typhon Typhoes. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, sorry. How high is the credit card cashback rate for the different membership levels?
So you'll be able to get, as a Diamond member, you'll be able to get bonuses. But each store for the debit card will be different. And I think I've seen this question around too. It's just like, hey, there's other crypto companies that offer debit cards. Like, what makes ours unique? Like, why is ours being held back? So regarding the delay in the beginning, so we had legal compliance, which took a lot longer because we're a crypto company. Everything takes longer on that front. But we passed that, so this is fine. But the reason for the delay now is our payment processor partner has a new cashback service that we're working with to try to deploy together, and that is currently not live yet. And so when that's live, that should be pretty exciting. But going back to sort of what makes our card different, the other crypto debit cards, they're the only cashback that they offer is typically a base rate, like 1 or 1.5% for all categories across. But that's not really attractive. If you're only using the debit card for that reason, I mean, why don't you just use a credit card? Because credit cards can offer up to 3%, so it makes no sense. Yeah. In our case, our debit card is going to have unique offers with certain stores. Then it's going to be covering like gas stations, grocery stores, a lot of the stores that we currently don't cover already, which is a great, restaurants. I think a lot of people have been asking as well too, and I think some people know how much I love fast food. Like, those are some categories where you can earn a lot more outside of those just initial base percentages, and that's where it's really exciting. And then as a StormX rewards member, you'll get even more rewards on top of that, which is really awesome. Just because and again, I've mentioned this before too, but like, we're launching because we're a lot more unique and more competitive, like, than what's out there already, even from a traditional side. And I think it's also one of the reasons why the early PayPal investors invested in us as well too, because they see a future in how we're going to start disrupting fintech. We've been a really good bridge in terms of getting crypto and mainstream adoption integrated together. And there hasn't been really a strong party or company that has figured out how to bridge both. And we've been one of the leaders in terms of that aspect. So it should be very interesting. Definitely the benefits of being a StormX rewards members like increases significantly because it's just so much more useful. Also from an onboarding perspective, right? A lot of people are complaining about, hey, gas fees are too expensive. Like to withdraw from Voyager or KuCoin, it costs me $40, $50, etc. But to deposit or to load up Storm and buy StormX tokens to be able to use and to earn, you can just go to 7-Eleven or Walgreens or Walmart and give them cash. And you talk about like how do you bridge this to mass adoption? How do you bridge to 1 million users next year? This is the path for us. So it's just a lot of just normal users are thinking, when Coinbase, because Coinbase is how people on ramp, but still like not everyone's on Coinbase yet. It's still a very small percentage. They are a very large exchange for sure, but at the end of the day, not everyone's set up to an exchange. If we can just do a direct route where you can just deposit cash to any convenience store or grocery store, that's skipping 3 or 4 steps ahead of what people are thinking of how we're bridging to mass adoption. So really excited. I know we've constantly been, pushing this, and but there's a good reason for pushing it. And once it gets live, I think people will definitely be happy. So
yeah, I think that's really good. Like a small percentage of people use Coinbase. Most everyone goes to Walmart or Walgreens or CVS or a gas station, and those are all points of entry for funding the card, which is a lot easier.
Another question about the card, Alex. Can you have multiple cards connected to one wallet?
So to start, it's just one card per person. That's because you have to go through KYC. Like this is going through our banking and payment processor partners. But if there is a reason for
my girlfriend, for example, we use what if we use me and my girlfriend use one wallet for 2 cards?
That's potentially possible, like a family plan.
Yeah, so I think mainly because the man can control how much the woman spends, of course. But on the other side, you get more crypto cashback. So that's
all the women.
Whoa, that's a very whoa.
Yeah, so we don't have plans on launching that feature to start. If that's something that makes sense to our community, like please bring it up in Discord. Would love to chat more about it because we do want to build a unique card program. Like, talking about benefits for the card, it's easy enough to just like increase cashback rates and everyone's just like the highest cashback rate wins. And then that's kind of like, it turns into this big race. There's this whole other side of us building this card program where we build something unique that works for our community. So if you have ideas on what else we could do differently and different from all these other card programs, like please talk to us in Discord. We want to build something special.
I do think it's a cool idea, Cold Stream, to use one wallet for multiple cards.
Yeah. There's a lot of great ideas out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I am definitely excited that there's gonna be so much utility to be able to just spend StormX at a restaurant and all that stuff, and just talking about going to bed at night. I've been working in the space for so long, and I hate projects that don't do anything. In terms of like, why do you need a crypto? I think that's always a good question. In our case, we've really built a really strong use case.
Yeah, agree totally. This one is for Alex. I'm sorry, mate. I have another one for you from Boyd. Shopping through the StormX app, in his case iOS, it works smoothly, but it happens quite often that he needs to provide some more proof or information on purchases through email. It would be amazing if the project can be smoother. And is this flaw recognized by us?
Absolutely. That's something we all talk about at the company and something that is painful for us to hear about. And it's something that we're always improving. We have an engineer right now who's just exclusively working on improving shop tracking. Cool. And it's also something that the entire cashback industry goes through. Try and imagine like we're tracking the shopping trip and then it goes through a series of different APIs that ends up at a store, and then they have to track it correctly and then send it all the way back. And that's where shop tracking can get lost. It's usually happening on the store side, which makes it even harder because they're very far away, and then they have to confirm, whatever information they eventually got. But that is something that we have to improve, and we are improving. So
And and I think users have to understand as well too. Like, we're working with thousands of different shops, and most recently, because of COVID, a lot of these guys shifted to e-commerce recently, but they're not technology companies. They're like, selling toothpaste, or selling makeup, or etc. But then when they have to integrate technology, their tech isn't that strong, and so that's where it runs into issues oftentimes, because there's always edge cases and there's always reasons when things break. But at the same time, e-commerce is now growing very rapidly, so everyone's ramping up very heavily, and it does get better over time. I mean, from a user experience, it definitely is a lot better in terms of cashback than what it was in the past. Because in the past, like, you used to have to scan your receipt and then upload that and wait until that gets verified by the purchaser, vendor, and all that stuff. But now it's automated, right? So but internally, we're definitely hiring aggressively and trying to fix that as well to improve it.
Yeah. Matt, quick question for you. From Crafted Diamonds. Yeah, I thought I would bring you a question again. Will there be different looking debit cards in the future based on reward member level?
Yes. We at launch we'll have 2 different designs for the card. We have an option to provide different graphics for virtual cards, but in terms of physical cards, we definitely will be coming out with 2 different ones there for different reward membership levels. You can think of it as your plastic and your metal, and the designs will differ, and we will show you those as soon as we're able to. And believe me, we are very eager, really want to show you these designs because they are pretty cool. But yeah, we'll have a plastic card and a metal card, and we'll release so much more information on that once we've finalized some bits here internally and with our legal compliance. But once we can share with you the tiers and the structures and all these amazing stores that come with it, believe me, we'll be first out with it.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the Trailblazer partnership. It's a question from Kiko, also for you, Matt. How has the Trailblazer partnership working out so far?
Yeah, brilliantly. From a user acquisition standpoint, we've seen a definite rise in user signups, especially around game time. There's a lot of branding, as everyone's seen already, on the courts, on the jerseys. And this is also translated through to the clips on YouTube and highlight reels. And we've had that shown across the globe on all these channels from the NBA. Even when I'm watching it in the UK, I'm seeing all that branding, and it's amazing. Off the back of that, we've seen a rise in signups. We've seen huge spikes in our traffic, especially around game day. And digging into the data from this as well, we've been able to see that these aren't particularly the crypto native users. These are people whose affinities don't align with crypto, and they are in turn signing up to our app. So, we're seeing a great uptake here in people who may not be straight away into crypto, but we've given them a great opportunity to find their way into the space.
Awesome. Great. I also noticed some questions from Silverboy. I think I can answer those. What's the process the team goes through when choosing from submitted shop requests? So the form we share on Discord and Telegram, I guess. When we receive this from the community, we speak with our sales team who reaches out to brands and begins the conversation with them. So it really depends on how easy is it for us to add a shop. If it's really hard for us, then we will take the easy ones first. I think that's the best way we prioritize it at the moment. Also, we also look at usability and the amount of requests we get for each separate store. But we look into every single store that is added in the document. Also, a question from Silverboy is: do we have plans to integrate it in the website? We have plans to integrate it in the website. But is it, Alex? Perhaps you can say a little bit more about it. Is it prioritized already?
It's not, but so talking about like shopping from our website and not just the extension.
Yeah, so checking the shops in the website, adding new shops, an environment where they can add and see all the shops we have.
Yeah, it isn't prioritized on the roadmap, but it is something we really want to build, because you then are able to see all of our shops instantly just on our site. So, great for SEO, great for like being able to find what you're looking for immediately versus, downloading an extension, signing in and going through that onboarding process. And so that is something we very much want to be doing.
Cool. Awesome. A question from SP My Bills. Storm token, StormX pays my bills. When we see Calvin AMA. Well, I noticed this question already a couple of hours before a couple of hours before, and I asked Calvin, and he is really, he wants to join, and I'm going to see if we can add him next month into our AMA. So there, can't give you a clear, quick question on that. Alex, you're laughing. I think you are excited for Calvin to join.
I'm excited. We haven't had Calvin on AMA, but we should.
Okay.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think you're totally right in that. Next question from Midget Sumo. This is again about the debit card. This one is for you again, Matt. Can you reveal some big names that we can benefit from debit card cashback?
There are a few. Actually, I think Alex might know these a bit better than I do. But if you're able to share some of those as well, Alex.
Are we allowed to? I don't think we're allowed to yet.
Are we not allowed to talk about them? Oh, well, there you go. There are some amazing names on there that we can't mention right now. I know it sucks when we say this, guys.
I know, yeah. It's tough. Yeah. I mean, but we don't want to break any contracts.
It's a tough legal world out there. And to ensure that we can bring you the products that we've been working so hard on, we can't jeopardize these processes in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And I know it feels like a cop-out, but,
So, Midget Sumo, no, we cannot reveal it yet. Sorry. I had a nice question for Simon. Simon, from Shaitan. Can the word soon be banned as answers on ETAs? Well, I thought it's okay, but if we can also ban when, then.
Yeah.
So that it makes it a lot easier, I think.
Yeah.
No, but
and I mean, for us too, I mean, you think about it. I mean, there's no one more eager for us to give a hard date more than anyone. But the thing is, like, when you work with partners, I mean, when it's internal, it's a lot easier to give a very definitive timeline because we're 90% confident that it's going to launch on that time. However, when it's regarding external partners, especially with something as complicated as banking and payments and all this stuff and crypto, and we just don't have a lot of control in terms of how long certain things take. And that's why we don't want to promise like, hey, it's going to happen on December 1st or it's going to happen on November 15th. But then, our partners delay and, we don't hold up on our promise. So that's the tough part, right? So, I mean, so that we don't say soon, but we know it's like very close to the finish line and we're just waiting for one bits and pieces. And that's probably one we'll say soon, but I don't think externally, we don't even say soon often.
No,
so
no.
Yeah. So we just.
And, I think a lot of people in the chat here are asking, just is it Q4 or not? We're trying our best to roll out as soon as possible. That's just the simple answer to that. We definitely will be aiming to run our alpha and beta tests in Q4. And for those who have signed up and are at the top of the waiting list, you'll have a better chance of getting into those beta tests. So if you're not already at the top of the list, hit the refer button, right, and get some placements ahead of yourself. But we do definitely plan to get that beta rolled out this side of 2022.
Yeah.
Again, obviously there are external hindrances that can always play up, but as far as we're considering internally, that's what we'd love to do.
Cool. Yeah. Simon, another one for you. With the staking motto being home of the triple stacks, are there any plans of making it the quadruple stack of rewards with the debit card release?
Yeah, I mean it's happening. It'll be a quintuple stack with the governance token as well too. So we are just being disruptive in terms of like, I mean, yeah, you think of like other cashback providers. I mean, even the industry leaders like Honey and Rakuten, right, is ultimately just a baseline cashback. So like, why do you use one or the other? It becomes like, why do you use Uber or Lyft? It's just a pricing difference. What we've done is truly different. I mean, we've stacked so many rewards on top of each other that makes it competitive from cashback percentage amount. You can also get your cashback faster as well too, because a lot of these products you have to wait the full 90 days. Yeah, for us, like if you're a rewards member, you don't have to wait the whole 90 days. You can get it faster, and then you'll be able to spend it, which is not available anywhere. We're actually building this whole fintech ecosystem, and that's what we're really excited about. It's different. We're not thinking of, it's not small. Like we're not just, some people compare us with Lolly, for example, but okay, they're just a cashback app that does Bitcoin for US. But it's like what we've done is, so much more, and what we have planned is so much more, and that's why some of our partnerships, like the Blazers and some other ones coming, are going to be so grand, because it really is that sort of
It's the scale,
big and impactful. Yeah, the scale is just very different in terms of what we're building.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. Thanks. Alex, 2020 was the release of Shop. 2021 is aiming to be the release of the debit card. Is the team working on any new earning opportunities to layer into the ecosystem for 2022? Or is 2022 going to be mostly about scaling up?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Next year is a lot about scaling and a lot about, we'll have the first version of our debit card, both the UI and the benefits, and how we handle all this backend infrastructure. And then it's about, scaling that to as many people as possible and making the benefit package better and better and more seamless, so it's easy for everyone to use. And also growing the team to support all that. One of the, a lot of people forget, one of the hardest things to do with a company is to grow the team, like finding great people around the world to help build the vision. And that's something, Simon mentioned before, we're wanting to double the team size. It's that's part of the scaling for next year.
Cool. And wasn't there an incentive when somebody found someone? Alex?
Yes. If anyone wants to join the team or help us find someone to join our team, we have a few positions on our careers page right now. There are finder's fee for all of those positions. We don't have the rates published on there, but if you start working with us and are able to help us, interview and then, hire someone, it is a substantial finder's fee.
Awesome.
Paid in your favorite token. Just reminding everyone, it's paid in your favorite token. Yeah.
Nice. And you can use that again. Bleakons also has a nice question. Will there be an in-app wallet for people who are confused or too lazy to set up a Trust wallet or MetaMask, Alex?
Yeah, we've done, and we'll continue to do a lot of research into the wallet space, and thankfully that's where
the card comes in, though. I mean, card links everything. You just deposit cash, and you don't need Trust or Meta. So I mean, for us, like, our decision was to make it as decentralized as possible. We don't want custody. We want the users to own their own private keys, etc. But then from a user experience, we know that's tough for some people as well, and so that's why we're working with a partner who will, custody the keys for you, but you'll get the benefit of the easy user experience and, gasless fees and on that front. So,
yeah, the debit card is definitely going to be one of the options that helps out. And there's also other interesting wallet solutions that have been improving over time. I won't say names yet, but we're talking to a few that kind of have like a Web 2.0 experience, like email login and password, like things that are much more normal to everyone versus, write down a seed phrase on 2 pieces of paper, make sure you don't lose them or they get damaged. So we're talking to a few other wallet providers that we could potentially have inside of the app, but we don't take on custody. So that's really interesting solutions we're looking at too.
Cool. Nice. Matt, question for you. Are we planning to work with crypto influencers? And a question from Dota player, and he's asking about serious bloggers.
Yeah, we always are. We've actually compiled a relatively large list of people we want to work with, and we're reaching out, but we're finding the right times to time these releases. We've got the debit card coming up. We've got a lot of activations coming up over the coming weeks and months, and these will all be timed in the right timing with these. But yeah, 100%. I know people often ask when marketing, the glorious question that always is circulating around. We're always looking at stuff and always formulating plans and putting together our marketing strategy. So if you're looking for when we're going to be doing stuff with influencers, it will happen, and when it comes out, you'll definitely see it.
And when does the community get to see the StormX commercial films? Matt, you're muted.
Oh yeah, because I was telling you the secret information. So
Secret.
so yeah, no, it's very, very soon. And in fact, I would be so far as to say you should be able to see this before the end of the month. It's on the final stages of editing. We've just signed off the last bits there, so we'll be able to show you this advert shortly. I would probably assume in the next week or two. We'll also be releasing some information then around a company ambassador that will be joining the team. So yeah, more on that later. Sorry, not later. Soon.
Very cool.
No. But that also means that those are the activities that we are going to do in the fourth quarter. Did I understand
This? I believe this will be fourth quarter. Yeah, this is in the next 2 weeks.
Cool.
Definitely by the end of the month. Obviously, depending on editing process, but this should be with us before the end of the month.
Awesome. Nice. I have a question again for you, Simon. With new shops like Buffalo Wild Wings arriving, what are the other plans are there for expansion into more food in the US?
When guac.
Guac.
Tacos.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're definitely working on that with the card. So that'll be the easiest way to expand on the restaurant stuff. But I love my fast food. So.
Yeah. Cool. Simon, is STMX token going to make it much easier to transfer money between people globally? It's a question from Platinum Stormer. Sorry.
In terms of global transfers, I mean, it's still using blockchain and Ethereum, right? So it's based on that and the complexity of that. I think it goes back into Alex's question into working with wallet companies that make it easier, because there are a few that have done really well in terms of all you need is an account ID instead of a long string of 0x 742 blah 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 blah. Coinbase has their email or login ID that you can send it over to, and then it's getting better. And then I think as the wallet companies start ramping up their infrastructure, then our process will be easier as well too. We're more focused on helping people earn, so that's more of our objective. And to also spend, but the spend you're also earning, so that's our advantage, right? But then to send and transfer, that's more with partners that we're relying on.
Yeah. Okay. I have another question for you, Simon. Are you still sticking to your goal of reaching 1 million reward members by mid-2020?
Yeah.
2022.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was August, but we're still sticking to that goal. I think we're at 100K, a little over 100K in the cashback side, but we know what's holding us back. Part of it is gas fees, part of it is on-ramp issues, part of it is not having enough stores, etc. The debit card helps fix all of that. The gasless fees transfers, the easier onboarding, just by going into a convenience store to load up your tokens, etc. And that helps us ramp up significantly.
Okay. Yeah. No, Siri. Cool. Matt, it's Siri. She was talking to me. Matt, one for you. StormX and Voyager appear to be building a very nice relationship. Is there a possibility of us receiving Voyager tokens as our shopping crypto back reward in the near future?
I'm going to defer this one to Alex. I think he's a little bit closer to this than I am, and probably could elaborate a little bit more than I could.
So we don't have any. So the question was using
if we have
X.
Yeah, if we have a nice relationship with Voyager, is there a possibility to add Voyager VGX token as our shopping crypto cashback reward? So will the VGX token be added to the shop?
We don't have any plans for it, but you are right that we continue building this Voyager partnership. That is something that we're continually working on, and it's something that we're going to be exploring a lot more. I don't know if you want to add onto that, Simon.
I mean, we're working on integrations with them too, but I mean, they're extremely excited, and I really like Voyager too, because they actually sort of understand that there's real utility behind our project. I think that's why they gave us a lot of focus and time, because their roadmap is extremely busy as well too. But yeah, anything we can to help Voyager users, have an easier process with us, and then same with vice versa. It's a win-win partnership. So we're definitely working to build some other features that make it seamless between our two products together. So
yeah,
Cool.
And Steve and the guys at Voyager have been great supporters of ours, and vice versa. So any way we can work with them and work together at the same ecosystem. I know a lot of you guys probably found us through Voyager originally. It makes sense. And if
Cool.
Simon will get his own VGX heroes one day, who knows? Maybe.
One day.
mine was taken. I think I wanted to be Goku.
A question for you, Matt. I noticed a while back that Best Buy was an added store to the app with no announcement on Twitter, and it has been taken down from the app since. Will the store be returning to the app anytime soon?
I don't remember when that was, but what I could say is if a store has been added and then been removed, this is kind of falls on our sales team, and there's probably a good reason for it. Of recent, there have been stores that have not wanted to associate with crypto companies, and as such,
I
we've kind of
I
had to
can
deal
answer
with it.
this. So I know the specific reason for Best Buy.
Okay.
The categories that they're offering the cashback was extremely limiting, and so it confused a lot of our users in terms of like users were expecting a certain amount of cashback, but it wasn't showing properly. So that's why we removed it. It was like
Yep, I remember.
I forgot
that one.
exactly which categories it was, but it was like baby or like baby formulas and like something completely random that you wouldn't buy at Best Buy, because when you see Best Buy, you would expect electronics and stuff, but those are restricted. So yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
think that's where it wasn't a
Yeah,
crypto thing at all. Yeah.
In that case, then I was wrong.
Yeah, it just came down to like, was there the deal that they're putting out there for people to partner with? It was confusing. Like I remember it was like the exclusion list was pretty massive and it was complicated.
Yeah, so we like to push our other partners that are more better in terms of like Newegg has a really awesome offer for electronics and stuff, and some of the other stores. And
Yeah, I think Sean, who most of you know from the community, has probably utilized Newegg a fair bit as well.
yeah, or eBay's pretty good too. Like I use eBay a lot.
Yeah. Okay, Alex, another one for you. Will we have a roadmap for the first quarter in 2022?
We will. I know that's been taking a while to put out. That's because we've been heads down, just focused on governance and debit card and getting that all figured out. But we need to put it out. We will put it out so that the community knows which direction we're going. So stay tuned, please.
Cool. Another one for you, Alex. I'm going to debit card again, and there are so many questions about debit card. So every now and then I see another debit card question. Can I reload my StormX debit card at Walmart?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And we can say that because we use another service that's separate to help with that.
Cool.
We've already announced those stores. So.
Oh, we have? Okay. Yeah, it's amazing. I looked at the list of stores. Like it's so many gas stations, convenience stores, grocery stores, like wherever people are uploading money to accounts, like we're there. They're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mass adoption.
Mass adoption,
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool.
It's the easiest way to buy crypto. It's amazing. Like you don't have to. Yeah, it's just like I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's hard because people don't see what we're seeing right now too. But we're just like people expect onboarding to be through Coinbase or etc. But we're keeping so many steps ahead. Like this just it really kills the accessibility of crypto. It's just so much easier.
Yeah.
Cool. In the interest of time, if we just take maybe one more question each, Martijn, and then we can maybe switch to some from the chat.
Yeah, I agree. Then I'm going to ask a question about governance because I do see a couple of governance questions still. Let me ask a question myself. I think it bundles a couple of questions. What can we tell about governance? Will it give more than voting power? Or let's talk about it.
Yeah, I can start, Simon, talk about the timeline. So we are going to be launching by December at the latest. and that'll include the token going live, claiming. So if you've been a power user and you've had your rewards wallet connected, you'll be able to claim governance tokens, and then we will have staking for that governance token launch, and then we're going to have our first proposal, and that's where we started discussion in Discord. We'd love to hear what everyone thinks about what we should be voting on first. And lastly, liquidity mining on Uniswap v3. So being able to add tokens to the token pool and then earn governance tokens from that pool. And let's see, what else can I talk about? In terms of the use case, the governance token is only for voting. No matter who you are or how many, that's the only use case for it. And voting is going to start on Snapshot, which is a decentralized voting service that most every other token project is using. So it's secure, it works well, and the voting weight to start will just be 1 token, 1 vote. The reason we're doing it that way is it's the simplest way to get started. And eventually we'd like to propose a vote for what the voting weight should be, just like we're doing claiming, where power users, depending on what you've done, you get more tokens for different things. We want to do the same thing. Like if you're staking and shopping and doing all these different things in the ecosystem, your voting power should be more because you're a power user. We didn't want to introduce those voting weights to start because we would be essentially introducing bias into that voting system to start. And so we'd like the community to talk about it and help us figure out what that is.
Yeah.
I
mean, and then sort of why we're doing governance as well too. You have to look at like who we're building the product for. At the end of the day, it's for the users. And then before crypto blockchain, there hasn't really been a community-driven like company. And it goes back into the path to decentralization, which it's really awesome. Like I use both an iPhone and Android for work and stuff too, but I was really disappointed with iPhone 13 because I'm so used to Steve Jobs being really innovative and coming out with the newest stuff, and it's literally the same phone versus I bought a new Samsung phone and it's a folding phone and it's truly disruptive, but they're not really good at marketing, or so they haven't really got that many shares. But at the end of the day though, like if the users could complain to Tim Cook and be like, hey, we don't want this, like we want something innovative for once. I know you guys can make a lot of money, but you guys can also make a lot of money by doing something else as well, and putting a vote based on what the user, like anyone that bought an iPhone should be able to vote, kind of thing. And for us, it's like that's the same thing. So we're not selling the governance token. It's rewarded to people that have used their application, will continue using our application, or involved in our projects like NFT and governance, etc., voting. The people that are the most tied into the StormX community will have more say in terms of what we can and can't do. Like, and we've gone back to examples like, what should membership tiers be like? What stores should we add? What kind of paths should we do? There's so many different things that we can vote on from a company where, yes, we can make very centralized decisions and we can go very top down, but ultimately we're, doing something new that, Amazon or Apple or none of these traditional companies can do. It's just, getting users to vote on what we should do with our product. And it really is disruptive. It's different, and it's a new concept. DeFi projects use it for like kind of like money market, like savings account, kind of yield farming, etc., stuff like that. But in our case, it's really different. It's really trying to be disruptive with a product, and thinking differently from how traditional tech companies are operating. I mean, you look at all the stuff going on with Facebook as well too, right? And you could probably change some decisions that were made if it were voted by the users, for example, regarding privacy issues and all that stuff. Like, and this is what I'm really excited about. It's and it all. And when you go back to questions like why should you use StormX versus other products, like as a user, you're like, hey, I can actually decide like what the company builds. Like I am part of this company as well too. Like my decisions matter, and my decisions really help make an impact, and it's a very different concept than what we're used to from traditional companies.
Great, and it's also really true. I've seen it multiple times with StormX already. So yeah, great. Some questions from the community. I thought this one was a real nice question. The Trailblazer online shop is not a partner yet, right? Do you want to change that, or do we want to change that?
Yeah, I mean, so the Trailblazers and most of the NBA run their stores through Fnatic, who we actually do partner with. So people can actually go and start receiving crypto cashback on products from Fnatic at the moment through the app and through the extension. But we definitely want to drill down, and we've been in conversation around being able to offer specifically higher percentages around the Trailblazer jersey. Obviously, these things are still in talks, but yeah, it's going the right way, and we'd love to get you guys as much discount as we can on some Trailblazer merch. I know they're pretty stoked for it as well.
I think the first patch jersey comes out on the 15th too, so
I think it is, yeah.
I'm on the wait list for that. So I'm ready to buy it.
I heard in the community just now that Matt, his background, that the StormX logo changed, or it needed to be on the shirt instead of on the whiteboard.
Yeah, I saw that someone had already in the community photoshopped the
he photoshopped
the logo on. So thanks. But yeah, I'm waiting to get my beautiful jersey with the StormX logo on it as well.
Nice. Hey, a question for SP My Bills. I think this is a good question also. Only question I wanted to ask but forgot was, will the debit card STMX value be interconnected into your app balance? Like, will my membership level be affected by transferring into the debit card?
Can you explain that one more time?
I think he means the following.
So like the rewards balance on app and on the debit card intertwined.
Yes. So that's where we're going with this, is that you're talking about like what will make up your rewards balance, like your membership balance, like the rewards wallet and the debit card.
Yeah, but will the rewards wallet? I think that's like, will my membership level be affected by transferring into debit? So,
yes. So what we're planning on doing is your membership level will be equal to your rewards wallet balance and your debit card balance, so that it's much easier for you to increase your membership and it's not so confusing. So if you add funds to the debit card, that'll increase your membership level. If you add funds to your rewards wallet, that'll increase your membership level. And then, yeah, so that's how it works.
Yeah. I'm checking the questions real quick. Will the card allow for extra cashback on tacos to honor Simon's humble origin? Simon?
I've definitely seen a few taco chains there, so I'm going there for sure.
Cool, I'm going to put this out to the community. If anyone wants to design a taco themed debit card design, maybe it'll become a virtual card. Who knows?
Hint.
Oh, I gotta show everyone. So when I first started doing the delivery during college, like art was my worst subject, and then like I didn't know how to draw. Like I got like all A's in like middle school, except art I could never get. I always got like a C or a B, and then my parents would get really angry. But anyway, like I didn't know how to draw, but I drew this terrible looking penguin, and I called it penguin delivery in the beginning, like to try to get people to eat. But then I still have that picture somewhere. I can
share it. And now I want to see it also.
That was the logo. Because I couldn't afford a designer or anything. I didn't have any money. So
you could call it Happy Eat. Hey.
Happy Eat. Yeah.
Happy Eat instead of Happy Feet. Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, nice one. Okay, guys. I think that's all. We of course there were some more questions, but I think we sum up almost everything we wanted to discuss today. If there's any things I've missed or I forgot, Matt?
I did see something in the community, in the chat here on YouTube, referring to any plans for Uber Eats, DoorDash, Instacart, and like we've said, we're working with as many food establishments as we can. But the bit that got me the most interested was at the end of this question, which says also, when is the CS:GO match? I'm pretty certain the team would be happy to play some games with the community at some point. So I'm sure Martijn can help get that organized. But yeah, we'll
I'm with Matt.
We'll play some Dust 2.
Nice.
Yeah, but I want to be in your team then, Matt, because I
reckon random teams is only fair.
No, I if I lose, I can't handle that. and especially not for him.
Wait, Matt's doing there's a crypto Counter-Strike tournament, and Matt's gonna be representing StormX pretty
Oh,
soon.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that straight away. I was going to.
Oh, sorry, but
That's
yeah,
fine.
it's
Yeah,
exciting.
We'll be part of GeckoCon. We'll be doing a part of a CS:GO tournament, and yeah, I'll be flying the flag for Team StormX.
Yeah.
What's up?
Someone's put in CS 1.6 CS:GO. Unfortunately, at this point,
I am more CS
1.6 is so
1.6.
fun. They
That's
got
where
rid
we
of
all
it. Though.
started.
Yeah. I
Is it
think
not
they-
playable anymore?
There are still private servers you can host.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, guys.
We've gone off on a tangent now, but
Yeah.
but
Thanks,
everyone.
everybody. Yeah. Thanks
Awesome.
for your
Thank
time.
you so much.
See you guys in the next AMA, guys.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.